Yo, what's up? Today I'm in the local grocery. I just bought some sweets and drinks. That's very nice shop in between Sanur and Denpasar. Actually Sanur and Kuta. Very nice shop if you're planning to buy some bulkies, like a lot of stuff in the boxes. Very good stuff, much cheaper and always stock. Or maybe not always stock, but often. Now is some lacks of the stock. However, I'm on the way to Uluwatu today. It's so hot in Bali right now. By the way, some people thinking as October is the rainy season. Rainy season it is in October, but in the Southeast Asia like Thailand, Vietnam, Cambodia, China and so on. But in Bali it's so hot. As you can see, no more jokes, but it's really hot. Today, and beautiful sky. Today I'm gonna talk a little bit about how and where to stay and live in Bali. If you are as the first time comer to Bali, tourist, or maybe you've been once in Bali and thinking to move to Bali forever or for 1 year or something, I will talk about that in today's vlog. And I will go to Uluwatu now. It's so hot, seriously guys. Alright, so going to Uluwatu on the motorway. And yeah, if you are first time comer to Bali, you probably will consider and Google about where to stay in Bali and which area. So then the same if you have ever been in Bali and you decide as I wanna live in Bali for a while, for sure you will think where. Then Bali is small and big island at the same time. If you're living here for a longer while, like a few years, it's gonna be as the small island, but when you're coming for the first time, it's actually quite a big island, and it's most of the cities, is about 15 different cities around Bali where you could possibly stay, and of course smaller villages and so on. But yeah, the most famous places in Bali are Kuta, Legian, Seminyak, Canggu on the west, and then from the south, from the airport will be Jimbaran and Uluwatu, then on the east Nusa Dua and Sanur. Of course you can stay in the jungle side, rice fields in Ubud, then Pasar city, and then it's less popular stuff like Lovina at the north, Bali Chandidasa, East Coast, Amet East Coast, and obviously the less popular side of Bali, which is West Bali, and as the west north is Jimbaran, and west south will be Negara. So basically that's 14 or 15 if I'm not mistaken. And yeah, now I will talk step by step, each by each city, pros and cons of living there. Just because I'm passing the airport on the toll road and I'm heading into Nusa Dua direction, so I will talk first about Kuta. Kuta is the most famous place in Bali. I don't know actually why, but it's the most famous place. If you ever gonna put Bali into Google search, for sure the Kuta will be at the top of the search engine. Kuta is quite busy area of Bali. Is little bit like the living in Bangkok city or somewhere like that. Quite a lot of food vendors, stalls, shops, local, touristic one, a lot of party places, restaurants, hotels, beautiful beach, sunset, surfing. A little bit messy at the same time, a little bit dangerous at the same time. However, yeah, so it's good to stay there for a while, especially in the first or the last day in Bali, because it's very close to the airport. However, maybe not really recommended place to living there forever, because not much houses there, not much apartments there to rent, and it's just very crowded and loud, and then during the normal conditions. And then will be the Legian, which is, some people don't see the difference between Kuta and Legian. Actually Legian is little bit more party one and little bit different vibe, however is still similar to the Kuta, and basically we can say it's nearly the same place. Legian is definitely more party place, so if you are familiar with the Bangkok life, the Legian will be little bit similar, because we cannot say the life in Bali, Kuta Legian and Bangkok will be the same, but will be at least little bit of the vibe. I just stuck in the traffic junction in Nusa Dua, between Nusa Dua and Benoa, so let's talk about Nusa Dua now. And Nusa Dua basically is famous as the tourists' big hotels, resorts and kurorts. So basically Nusa Dua is definitely the most famous touristic area, as if you're thinking about staying in the fancy hotel, 5-star hotel mostly, and chilling most of the time inside the hotel or resort. So basically that's the area what you should consider. Benoa is little bit lower standards of the hotel, which is the second part of the Nusa Dua, and basically you can find there some local restaurants and warungs if you're willing to exit the hotel. However, so for that purposes the Nusa Dua is very best for you. Definitely not recommended to live in Nusa Dua if you are planning to live in Bali for longer time or forever, because it's little bit pricey, definitely pricey, and is very limited area. It's mostly concerned about the tourism industry. Let's talk now about Jimbaran, which is the opposite side of Nusa Dua, and is very close to the Kuta, actually from the other side of the airport. So this area is also very close to the airport, and it's quite strategic area, quite very good place for living, quite cheaper prices of villas, quite nice selection of villas and apartments, so accommodation will be quite easy. Average place for the holidays, because some nice hotels and some just average hotels, also a few big brands like Intercontinental of the Four Seasons in Jimbaran, so quite fancy places, very nice beach. Also the Jimbaran is very famous about the seafood and fish markets, so if you are a fan of the fishes, seafood, that's probably the best place for you in the full entire Bali, because it's always fresh, and if you already know the prices, they are super cheap. Nice beach, sunset side. Yeah, it's quite okay, but it's not so popular even if it's cheap. I don't know really why. This is actually always I'm asking myself why Jimbaran is not so famous. However, many expats decides to live there because it's just cheaper and it's quite friendly area. I just arrived to the single fin area, Blue Point in Uluwatu, and it's quite busy. So many cars, not so many bikes, but it's quite many cars. I don't know what's going on. We'll see. Alright, so if we already made the west coast of Bali, but southwest, very popular one, fancy, cozy places and busy places, let's go to Negara, which is the west part. It's actually Negara is the city between Tabanan and Gilimanuk. However, we can talk about all entire west part from Tabanan to Gilimanuk. The land over there is kinda cheap. If you're planning to build your villa over there, probably is the good idea. However, it's completely nothing happening over there. It's just the rice fields around and the ocean. If you're a surfer, you could consider about that. They are nice waves, but not much is happening, as it's super far away to anywhere, to the city, to the life. I'm not sure about the hospitals and stuff like that over there in that area. Also, the road is super busy with the trucks, because this is the main road to Harbour and Java, obviously. Basically, that's made it quite difficult. I know some people living there, not so many hotels, but the villas, so it's definitely much better area for the people who are looking for something very peaceful. However, definitely I would like never live there. However, I know some people used to live there, so yeah, it's still a very unseen part of Bali. Alright, I'm just editing video for tonight, and I just noticed as I make a vlog very super long, together is about 32 minutes. I'm talking about 15 different parts of Bali on this vlog, so I decided I will make 3 separate parts, and each part will be uploaded today at the same time at 7 p.m. like always, like every single day. So will be the part 1, then will be part 2 and part 3 from completely different areas. If you're interested, I highly recommend you to watching all step by step. At the end of the video will be the screen, as you can just click the over here and you will watch another part straightforward. So highly recommended, stay tuned and thank you. And in the part 2 I will talk about Uluwatu, Seminyak, Jimbaran, the North Bali, and then Pasar and Lovina. So stay tuned over here, just click.